Let's get into the inside scoop. Todd can break down another winning performance with us. One of my favorite segments of the week, where Todd gives us the nitty-gritty on how the Broncos pulled off the 7.5 point upset here. Todd, where are we starting with this one?
This is going to be the play that really, I guess the second play that really got the game going. This is the interception by Justin. Just creating a big play. You know, they're playing a version of cover 3 once again. I think the Bills do a great job of creating this nice little pocket for Josh Allen, but it doesn't matter because we have the best safety in the entire NFL on the back end. And this is how picks happen. Is this the next play? Is this the right play?
Same play, but it's like different POV.
Look at you here getting nice with
it. Look what a win does.
Exactly. Wow. So this is how picks come. I mean, you got tips and overthrows. What I really like on this play is they're playing a version of cover 3. So you got this hook player and Alex Singleton, and he does a great job of reading his eyes. So I think Josh Allen, he actually rifles this ball more than he wants to, because he has time if he wants to, you know, put it on Gabe Davis without it being a rifle. But he absolutely zips this thing in there because Alex Singleton was playing hook over here and floats his body back off the eyes of Josh Allen, which is what they teach you in cover 3, reading good eyes. And I think that is why the ball was fired so hard and Gabe Davis wasn't able to hang on to it. And the end result was Justin Simmons getting the interception. And I think these are huge plays because the Bills are driving on this drive.
Yep.
They're making good yards. They're putting plays together. And if we don't get this interception, this is at least 3 points for the Bills. And then who knows, we might lose this game. But because of interceptions, because of turnovers, we find a way to win the game.
Yeah, and Todd, that easily could have still been the exact same play, just a dart that goes through Gabe Davis's hands and falls incomplete. And the Bills are at least getting a field goal there. And let's say Gabe Davis does catch that and turns it into a touchdown. Then the Broncos are down 7-3. And we haven't seen Sean Payton stick with the running game when the Broncos aren't in control of a game. The Broncos ran the ball 40 times compared to 20 passes against the Chiefs, ran the ball 40 times compared to 30 passes against the Bills. But they were dominating. They were owning both of those games pretty much from the start to the end. And so it's easy to play your formula of football. And so how do you prevent that from getting out of hand? Well, you make plays on defense like this.
Making big plays. Making big plays. All right, this is the second quarter. Starts the second quarter. We got 3rd and 4 on a crucial drive for the Denver Broncos. They're doing good driving down the field, but this is where Russ becomes Russ, and he's really started playing at his best. So the Bills have a pretty good defense lined up. They're in man-to-man, and they have a spy right here giving help. But one of the things that Sean was telling Russ is like, hey, if it's not there, take off and run. And when you see the O-line give great protection right here, they create this pocket. They push everybody by. And what Russ has the ability to do is that if you don't have a D lineman that's here spying, or this guy gets too deep in his spy, there is nothing but open field right here that Russ can really take advantage of. And this is where he's able to be his best. This is 3rd and 4. You guys are driving down the field. If you get a sack here or hold the ball too long, the drive's over. But instead, Russ finds the open grass and is able to, you know, scramble for 10 yards. And look at this field. He ends up sliding here, which I feel like he could have got a couple more yards. But, you know, better safe than sorry.
He's a quarterback.
He's a quarterback. I was ready for him to lay his shoulder into this guy. But this is what Russ is good at. And this is really hard as a defense to defend, because everybody's out in their zone. Everybody's out in coverage. And there's just this gaping hole left by the D line, because the O lineman knows, like, hey, make them go around you. You don't have to, you know, be the best O lineman or best blocker in the league. But if these guys go around you, Russ is going to have a great running lane to run through and find space. And that's what I love about Russ's game right now.
And that's just something that Nathaniel Hackett last year told Russ, like, no, look through all 5-year progressions, and then maybe you can run. I love that Sean is not doing that. In fact, like you said, you read the lips on the sideline. He's telling him, just take off if it's there, and boom, it was there. One more thing I loved about this play. This was the first time I noticed Von Miller in the game, and I noticed it because of how Garrett Bowles just played right into him. Von Miller was lined up over Garrett Bowles on this play, I believe. Von tries to take off and get behind Garrett Bowles, and Bowles just said, okay, if you're just going to speed rush, I'm just going to push you all the way downfield. And it was a great play. Yep.
There it is.
I mean, look at all that room.
It's too much room, and it's too easy. And this is the same plays that start happening towards the third and fourth quarter of the game. Now they decided, okay, we're going to leave a spy here, and then this is where all those flips to Samaje start coming. It's literally unguardable. You can't account for both of us. So I think when Russ is able to use his legs, the Broncos are very, very deadly.
See, I stepped up my game too, Todd. You can tell you have a lot more screenshots in there things you actually want to see.
Yeah, you're doing good, man.
Really quick, do you know who the third leading receiver is on the Broncos?
It's a running back.
There's a running back. There's a running back.
It's Samaje.
It's the Broncos' third running back.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
That's the thing, though, is he's not the third running back by, like, snaps.
Yeah.
Like, he's still getting more snaps than Jaleel. It's just weird that they never hand him the ball. He has, like, 4 carries this season, but, like, 30 catches.
And it's when Jaleel's on the field, he's getting the ball.
Yep.
And when he's not going to get the ball, he's just simply not on the field.
Yeah. I think Samaje is the best, I guess, pass protecting back, which also makes him dangerous in the passing game because he's so good at breaking tackles. I think he has Javante-esque to him and his ability to evade blockers, break tackles, and get those really, really crucial yards. This is 4th and 2. This is the great touchdown to Courtland.
Baby.
You got man-to-man, and Courtland just simply runs away from his guy. But the great thing about this is Russell Wilson really does a great job of making Lawson, that's the name, right?
Yep.
Miss. He should have been sacked right here.
Yep.
He does a great job of giving him a little shake and bake and then being able to flip his hips and find Courtland for an absolutely stellar catch. I mean, he's dragging his toes now. Like, he doesn't even have the ball yet. This is a phenomenal catch by Courtland, and I think this is what Courtland does best. I mean, he has 7 touchdowns already this season, and all of them I feel like were miraculous plays. Like, they weren't easy by any means. It's him during the scramble drill with Russell Wilson. I feel like they have a great connection because, his route is probably supposed to stop somewhere in this area, but he sees Russell continue to run and just continues to run away from his guy, knows where the sideline end is because he's a smart wide receiver, and he makes great plays. So had to highlight this one because Russell and Courtland have a great connection right now.
I love this.
Look at that.
Look at that. That is insane. And you see that play start at the 8-yard line. Russ is at like the 21 or the 22. The play is totally busted, and that is vintage Russ right there. And you mentioned the toe drag. He was doing it before the ball even got there. I don't know. I'm sure it's happened before. I don't remember any time that I've ever seen that before. Just what incredible football IQ from Sutton there.
I mean, even Javante's trying to get a look at it. Like, how are you doing that, man? That's crazy. All right. Let me see. Oh, this next one. This is some elite DB play. I'm sure my boy TJ, who was on the show yesterday, Chris would have loved this one. This is Fabian Moreau, absolutely doing a great job in coverage. They're playing cover 3 once again, and he is just doing a great job staying on the chop shoulder of Stephon Diggs. And Josh Allen forces this throw. I think they're trying to get Stephon going, and Fabian does a great job of jumping this route. He stays top shoulder, and then once he sees the ball throw, he jumps this route. And I think this is excellent DB play. This is something that the Broncos didn't have the first couple of weeks of the season. And shout out to him. I think he's done a great job coming on and really making his presence felt. I don't know what's going on in that DB room, but they are finding a way to get their hands on the ball and create turnovers, and they're doing a great job of it right now.
I think the one bad thing about what's going on in this DB room is the Broncos should lose their defensive backs coach, Christian Parker, after this year. I mean, he's already for like a couple of years kind of been that guy that's, almost getting interviews for defensive coordinating jobs. He absolutely should be a defensive coordinator after this year because you just look at what he's been able to do throughout the years. But then this year, I mean, Jaquan McMillan, next Chris Harris Jr. potentially. Fabian Moreau comes out of nowhere and is now, I thought he was going to fall off after his first good game. I was like, okay, well, against the Chiefs, they're probably going to pick him apart. Okay, and then this game for sure, when Stephon Diggs, they put him over there to move him away from Pat Surtain. No, Fabian Moreau's playing incredible.
Really good.
I am now questioning if there's going to be a drop-off, which is just amazing.
That's what it feels like for the whole team. We keep waiting for them to fumble the bag or fall off a cliff, and they continue to come ready to play, man. It's really inspiring.
I think this week is going to be the big test because you've got, obviously, Justin Jefferson, but also Jordan Addison is playing incredible football. Like KJ Osborne just makes play after play after play.
TJ Hawkinson.
TJ Hawkinson, too. Yeah, there'll be some situations. So obviously, like, nothing but good things to say about Fabian Jaquan to this point. If you make it through that game and you look the way you have, they might actually have a pretty great secondary that they can trust going forward.
And here's some reason for hope, even though I do agree with you that the Vikings from player 1 to 5, like receiving-wise, including Hawkinson in there, are maybe the best in the NFL. They've got Josh Dobbs. Maybe the magic continues another week because he has played great the first 2 weeks. But again, the Cardinals benched Josh Dobbs for undrafted rookie making his first NFL start. Like, Josh Dobbs wasn't great 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So there's reason to believe that the Broncos defense is going to give them a lot of fits.
I think they'll come with it.
Yeah.
They'll come ready to play.
Me too.
Speaking of the Broncos defense, I think this play, isn't really highlighted enough. We talk about the 4 turnovers. To me, this is actually another turnover. You got 4th down in the NFL. When you take the ball away, it's like getting a pick right here. And now your offense has the ball and they have the ability to go score. Personally, as a defender, I hate the new analytics. When I came in the league, there was like 1 or 2 head coaches. Like maybe Andy Reid likes to go for it. Maybe your boy at the Eagles like to go for it. But besides that, if you get a team to 4th and 1, they're putting the ball like we're off the field. But now everybody loves to go for it.
You hate it from a defender's perspective because it just gives the offense that one more
chance?
chance?
Because you actually got to defend for 4 plays. Like before, you knew like 3. We need 3 good plays, and we're off the field. Like now, it's tough on defenses. But the Broncos step up. Let me go back here. They're manned up here. They're trying to have everybody lined up. You see Justin Simmons has a man. Everybody's manned up, and they're playing great defense. They're able to flush Josh Allen out the pocket. I know we didn't get to him a lot, but I feel like we affected him on the plays that counted and the plays that matter. He ends up scrambling and trying to find Justin's man, and he creates a really bad throw. And this is a great play, I feel like, for the defense, because getting off the field on 4th down when it's literally like make or break. They were putting together some good plays again on this drive, and the defense finds a way to get off the field. So not just the 4 turnovers, you got plays like this and small plays that really help the Broncos really win this game.
Yeah, and you're right. I'm sure Vance is telling his guys, man, we actually had 5 turnovers because we're going to count that one. Zach Allen did a great job getting pressure there. And then field position. The Broncos got the ball in Bills' territory because of the Broncos' defense right there.
Yeah, it's all about field position. Like, when you're able to start in your opponent's territory, like that most of the time it leads to points. I don't think it led to points right there. So I think that's maybe one more area we need to clean up a little bit. So it's the run game, and then it's also capitalizing when our defense does give us the ball, because we had 4 turnovers on 6 points. Like, we got to do better in that area because we should have blew the Bills out with that many turnovers.
They had a couple of those, like those short punts where they could have gone for it on 4th down. And so, like, that obviously not an excuse. Like, you just pick it up in 3 plays and keep moving, but it's tough for an offense when they're not given those opportunities. And it all worked out great. I pulled these numbers yesterday. On average, the Bills started their possessions at their own 24. The Broncos started at their own 41.
Crazy.
Like, that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
And it's because of the defense, obviously. The offense consistently getting a couple of first downs and flipping the field. And then Marvin Mims and the kicking game. Like,
Speaking of Marvin Mims, here he is right here. And this is why, another reason why the Broncos were so successful, you talked about, is field position. If you can start with the ball on the 41-yard line, like, that will lead to points and a lot of points. And this is him just making a play. This is a 31-yard return in the 3rd quarter. The game is tied. Like, this is a super important return, and he just finds a way to make guys miss. This is not blocked perfectly. You see that he has to, I think this was a tackle. This was a tackle. I think this guy tries to get his hands on him, but he is just like, I'm not going down. You got to find another way. And he's able to break this out to the right side and get the Broncos into really, really good field position. Like I said, this was not blocked up good, but this is all Marvin Mims saying, I'm better than you. You're not going to take me down, and I'm going to find green grass. And I know that the Broncos really benefited from the field position from the turnovers, but Marvin Mims had a fantastic night again last night. No touchdowns, but these are the kind of plays that really put your team in a position to win.
Please get him some good touches on offense.
He doesn't even need it. Just keep doing this. If you can keep doing this, that's all we need.
Man, it is a mistake for teams to kick to him, whether it's in the punt game, whether it's in the kickoff game. Every team should just say, we're kicking it out of the end zone on kickoffs, and we're going to try to just pin you on the sideline with punts, because he's just so good.
It's sad, but I feel like that moment's coming.
Yeah.
Like, where they're just going to be kicking it to the sideline. Like, It is what it is, man. But he's earning it because he's that dominant.